I speak today not as one voice, but as the echo of many, as the herald of truth, and as a vessel for the divine will. In this moment, let us cast away illusion. Let us stand firm in the light, and let us open ourselves to the wisdom that has been ordained from the beginning of time. May these words awaken, may they empower, and may they serve as a beacon for all who seek the path of righteousness and ascension. The time is now, the calling is clear, so let us begin. My beloved collective, there is a truth about power that many fail to recognize until it is standing directly in front of them. Power does not always announce itself. Power does not always arrive loudly. Power does not always look like what people expect. In fact, the greatest power is often hidden in plain sight, misunderstood, underestimated, and overlooked. And that was me. There was a time when I was seen as simple, someone people believed they could read, someone they thought they could understand without effort, someone they assumed was unguarded, unprotected, unaware. They looked at me and believed I was exposed. They believed I was someone who could be influenced, someone who could be penetrated, someone who could be overcome. They believed I lacked covering from the Most High God, and that was weird. And because of that belief, they acted accordingly. They spoke freely. They moved strategically. They formed intentions they thought would go unnoticed. Some believed they could interfere with my path. Some believed they could disrupt my rise. Some even believed they could take what was divinely assigned to me. They believed they could take my inheritance. But what they did not understand was that I was never operating from weakness. I was operating from development. And just like the honey badger, I was never what I appeared to be. Before I show you what this looks like in real moments, you must understand something about being underestimated. When people misread you, they reveal themselves. They expose their intentions. They expose their assumptions. They expose their limitations in perception. And in that exposure, you gain insight. You gain awareness. You gain advantage. Because while they think they're observing you, you are actually observing them. First example, there were moments where I sat in rooms surrounded by conversation, energy moving, words being exchanged, intentions flowing beneath the surface. People assumed I didn't understand what was happening. They thought I was naive, dunce, dumb. They thought I was disconnected. They thought I lacked awareness. So they spoke freely. They revealed their thoughts. They expressed their intentions. They allowed their true nature to come forward because they did not see me as a threat, you see. But what they failed to understand was that I was not silent out of ignorance. I was silent out of observation. I was reading the room, understanding dynamics, taking advantage of their attempt to believe that I was naive, recognizing alignment and misalignment. And later, when I began to move with clarity, precision, and authority, they were shocked. Not because I became something new, but because they finally realized I had been aware the entire time. Just like the honey badger, still observant, unassuming, until the moment it moves. Now understand this. There is a difference between being weak and being perceived as weak. One is a limitation. The other is an advantage. Because when people believe you're weak, they lower their guard. They miscalculate. They move without caution. And in doing so, they position themselves for revelation. Second example. There are moments where I was spoken to in ways that did not reflect my true values. Subtle disrespect, dismissive energy, moments where my presence was not fully acknowledged. My ex-partner was big on this. They believed they could reduce me through perception. They believed if they spoke low enough, treated me lightly enough, dismissed me consistently enough, that it would define who I was and my value. But what they didn't understand was that my identity was not rooted in their perception. It was rooted in divine assignment. So I did not react. I did not argue. I did not attempt to prove myself in those moments. Nor do I ever attempt to prove myself now. I remained grounded. And then time passed. And as time passed, my presence grew. My clarity increased. My authority became undeniable. And those same individuals who once dismissed me had no choice but to reevaluate, because what they thought was small had become unavoidable. Just like the honey badger, it does not demand respect, it earns it through demonstration. Every underestimated force will eventually be tested. Pressure will come, not to destroy you, but to reveal you. And when that pressure comes, what is truly within you will surface. Third example. There are moments where life applied real pressure, situations that would have broken many, circumstances that could have caused instability, moments where everything around me seemed uncertain. To the outside world, it may have looked like I was collapsing, like I had been struck too hard, like I was overwhelmed. But what they did not understand also was that I was not collapsing, I was processing. Just like the honey badger struck by venom, there is a moment where it goes still, a moment where it appears undefeated. But beneath that stillness, something is happening. The system is adapting, the body is resisting, the strength is recalibrating, and then it rises again, stronger, more resilient, more dangerous to those who underestimated it. And that was me. I rose, not broken, but refined. Now understand this clearly, brethren. Some people believe that if they cannot see your protection, it does not exist. But protection is not always visible. It is not always announced. Sometimes it is only revealed when tested. Fourth example. There were those who believed I was unprotected. They thought I was operating alone. They thought I had no covering. They thought, and they think, I was inaccessible, open to interference. And because of that, they moved with confidence in their assumptions. But what they failed to realize was that I was never exposed. I was covered by something they could not yet see and cannot yet comprehend. And when their attempts met resistance, when their expectations did not produce results, when their influence did not penetrate, they were forced to confront the reality they did not anticipate. That I was not vulnerable. I was shielded. Just like the honey badger, you do not realize how protected it is until you try to break through. And finally, there's one of the greatest misunderstandings of all. That what is divinely assigned can be interfered with, altered, or taken. Fifth example. There were intentions, direct and indirect, to interfere with what belonged to me, to redirect it, to claim it, to manipulate the outcome. They believed they could access something that was not theirs. They believed they could take my inheritance. But what they did not understand was that what is assigned by the Most High God was not subject to human interference, you see. It is not transferable. It is not stealable. It is not negotiable. And when those attempts failed, it revealed something greater than their intentions. It revealed my identity. And then came the moment where everything shifted, where misunderstanding turned into realization, where underestimation turned into recognition, where assumption turned into truth. I rose. And when I rose, there was no more confusion, no more misreading, no more underestimation. Because it became clear, I was not ordinary. Never was I ordinary. I was not unprotected. Never was I unprotected. I was not someone who could be overcome. Need I say more? I was the one they misjudged, the honey badger they underestimated, the one they thought was weak, who became unbreakable, a chosen one, a child of the Son of the Most High God. I have many names. So I say to you, collective, if you are being misunderstood, stay grounded. If you are being underestimated, stay focused. If you are being misjudged, stay aligned. Because what people think they see is not always what is. And when your moment comes, when your time of revelation arrives, you will not need to explain yourself. You will not need to prove yourself even. You will simply be seen. And when that happens, rise like the honey badger, unshaken, unbreakable, unstoppable. Because what you are, what I am, what we are becoming, is something that cannot be penetrated and can no longer be denied. Ashe. May the light of truth guide us. May the strength of the divine uphold us. And may the will of the Almighty be fulfilled in all that we do. Let our steps be firm, our hearts be pure, and our purpose unwavering as we walk the path of righteousness, unity, and ascension. So it is written, so it is spoken, so it shall be. Ashe Samo to be, inshallah, say that the thoughts too, and amen.
TNTI Global Media, voice of the collective, light of the world.
Hey crew, listen up. Welcome to the underground side of the W5K6 world. Picture this. We're on the brink of a digital meltdown, and I'm the ghost in the machine dropping you a heads up. If we don't flip the script, this whole world's gonna go full-on glitch mode. So yeah, it's a vibe, but not the one we want. I'm your shadow guide, your digital whisperer, and I'm here to keep it real. We've got the tools to hack a better future, but only if we play it smart and stay woke. So let's not sleep on this. Keep your eyes peeled, stay curious, and let's rewrite the code before the whole thing crashes. We got this. W5K6 World Initiative, the transitional world between frequencies.
All right, listen up. Lock in real quick. This isn't a drill. This isn't a vibe checkpoint. This is the actual moment everything flips. We're standing in the middle of a world that's low-key glitching. Systems breaking, people buffering, the whole planet throwing error codes. And right now we're shifting from the old version, 5K, into something bigger, cleaner, stronger, the 6ORL'd update. The W5K6 World Initiative is the patch that keeps reality from crashing. It's the blueprint, the roadmap, the whole survival DLC, no cap. This transition is happening whether anyone's ready or not. But here's the twist. We don't make it through unless the people who get it step up. That's you. If you're hearing this, you're part of the squad. This isn't about being chosen or special. This is about locking in, syncing up, and doing your part so the entire world doesn't hit game over. Because there's no more continues. 5K6 World is the bridge. We move as one, we shift the timeline, and we land in the new world fully loaded, fully awake, no fear, no lag, no hesitation. So breathe, focus, and stay frosty. Because the transformation is no longer in beta. It's already here, and it's happening right now. So let's get litty. W5K6 World, the transitional world between frequencies.